Welcome to AI Sports Predictor, where we don't just break down games, we tear them apart. The house wants you distracted. The public wants you confused, but today, we get paid. Carolina Hurricanes, third in the East, 39 wins, 22 losses, 4 OT flops. They just dismantled Tampa Bay 4-1. No fluke. That's precision. That's execution. 60 times they've been favorites, 36 times they've cashed. And when they're deep in -237 territory, 12-4, that's called knowing your role and playing it perfectly. Last 10 games, 7 wins, 3.1 goals per game, only allowing 2.2. That's not just winning, that's suffocation. Now, Detroit, sitting in 11th, 31 wins, 28 losses, 6 OT escapes. But last game, they didn't just win, they committed a crime scene. 7-3 over Buffalo. Bloodbath. The Red Wings live and die as underdogs. 47 times they've been counted out, 22 times they've thrown the script out the window. And when they're priced at +194 or worse, 2-1, small sample, sure, but some teams fold, some teams fight. And now, the real money move, the total. The book has this one set at 5.5. Detroit's games. They've hit that number in 56.9% of their matchups this season. That's not a trend, that's their DNA. And today's AI pick is over 5.5. Carolina's the surgeon, Detroit's the street brawler, and this one. It's going past 6 goals whether the book likes it or not. Ride the over, get paid, and remember, we play chess. The books play checkers. Onto game 2.
Alright, listen up, because this one's got teeth. Winnipeg Jets, Dallas Stars. This ain't just a hockey game. It's a collision course. And I don't do boring, so pay attention. The Jets. 45 wins, 17 losses, 4 OT throwaways. They are the apex predator of the Western Conference, and they play like it. At home? That's their jungle. 37-12 when they're the favorites. That's 75% of the time, and guess what? They're favorites tonight. That ain't just confidence, that's a pattern. Second in goals this season. 229 goals, 3.5 per game. On defense, downright stingy. League best 152 goals allowed. That's 2.3 per game. Goal differential, +77. That's first in the entire NHL. Nobody keeps it cleaner. And then there's Connor Hellebuyck. 38 wins, 9 losses, 3 OT. 1.99 goals against average. If you come at him, you better come correct, because he'll send you home with nothing but regret. But hold up. Because Dallas ain't rolling over. 42 wins, 20 losses, 2 OT heartbreaks. Underdogs? Only 7 times this year. And they took 4 of them. That ain't luck, that's resilience. 4th best offense in the league. 219 goals. 3.4 per game. Mikko Rantanen. 73 points, 29 goals. A one-man wrecking crew. Defensively? Second best in the league. 165 goals allowed, 2.6 per game. Jake Oettinger between the pipes, 30 wins. 14 losses, 2 OT, 2.5 goals against average. He's got ice in his veins and a .909 save percentage. Now, let's talk totals. Over-under is set at 5.5. These teams? They're blasting past that. Winnipeg's games have cracked that number 32 times. Dallas? 34. Combined, they're putting up 6.9 goals per game. That's not an edge. That's a flashing neon bet me now sign. And today's AI pick is over 5.5. This ain't a defensive slugfest. It's firepower versus firepower. Winnipeg brings the precision. Dallas brings the relentlessness. This one's hitting 6 goals and then some. Ride the over, collect the cash, and on to game 3.
This is AI Sports Predictor, and it's time to dissect another one. You don't walk into a bet blind out here. You get the truth, unfiltered, sharp as a scalpel. Predators. Ducks. Let's go. Nashville. 25 wins, 32 losses, 7 OT scraps. Hotter than a pistol right now, riding a 4-game heater. But don't let that fool you. This team's been inconsistent at best, unreliable at worst. They live and die by close games. 21-goal matchups this season, only 8 wins. In the 5 games they scored just 1 goal. 0 victories. The numbers simply, if they don't score, they don't win. Here's where it gets even more. Kirtha's team is tragic when they put up only 2 goals. 21 times this season. 4 wins, 11 losses, 6 OT escapes. That ain't a trend. That's a death sentence. Flip it around, though, and when they drop 3 or more. 21-7. Massive swing. But now, let's talk Anaheim. 28 wins, 30 losses, 7 overtime scraps. They are the definition of a coin flip. But look closer. This team thrives when they find the back of the net. 31 times they've scored at least 3. 53 points in those games. When they score 2, they have 2 wins in 18 tries. That's brutal. Here's where it gets dangerous. Anaheim has been outshot in 40 games this season. 16 wins. 19 losses. 5 OT flops. And yet their power play is abysmal. 13th% conversion. Ranked 31st. The Predators. 5th best power play in the league. That matters. But let's cut to it. Nashville's running hot, but the numbers real, hard to date. I don't like it. Anaheim's at home. They've got a little more offensive life when they get rolling, and the Preds are notorious for games that stay tight. The books have it lined at Ducks plus 115, and they've been decent in close ones. And today's AI pick is Ducks moneyline. Nashville is due for a letdown. Anaheim. Scrappy. Unpredictable. Dangerous. Ride the Ducks, collect the winnings, and on to Game 4.
Oh, isn't this precious? Utah, clawing its way toward the playoffs like a starving wolf, and Seattle gasping for air like a fish in a drained pond. 2 teams. 1 truth. Only one of them matters. Utah's coming off a gritty 3-2 win over Anaheim. That's 4 points in 2 games. They're 2 points shy of the playoffs. That's called desperation, and desperation makes men do ruthless things. Dylan Guenther. He's leading the charge. Alex Kerfoot. Jack McBain. Also in the fight. And between the pipes. Karel Vejmelkek. His season numbers. Respectable. His history against Seattle. A horror film. 2 wins. 4 losses. A 3.65 GAA. He bleeds goals in this matchup. And then we have Seattle. A team that barely escaped Montreal with an overtime miracle. A team with 34 losses. A team that does not win, it survives. Joey Daccord starts in net. First ever game against Utah. Fresh, untested, vulnerable. And at home. Seattle is 15-15. That's not home ice advantage. That's a coin flip. This isn't fate. This isn't destiny. This is math. Utah is 16-12 on the road. Seattle is exactly average at home. One team is fighting for the playoffs. The other, fighting to exist. And today's AI pick is Utah moneyline. No miracles. No comebacks. Just a team that needs this more, and a team that won't stop them. Take the cash and on to Game 5.
Oh, we've reached the end of the road, haven't we? One last game. One last shot. One last moment before we wrap this up in a blood-stained bow. Colorado. Calgary. Avalanche rolling in at 39 wins. Flames trying to hold their ground at 30 wins. The books don't believe in Calgary. They're sitting at plus 154 like a dog waiting for scraps. But here's the thing about Doc's corner them, and they bite. The Flames? 4-2, and 4 in their last 10. Clawing for wins, dragging teams into gritty, slow-burning battles. The under. It's hit in 8 of their last 10. They don't like fireworks. They like fights in the dark. The Avalanche. Different beast. 7-2, and 1 in their last 10. They don't just win, they obliterate. They've been averaging 1.7 goals more per game than their season clip in the last stretch. That's a team on a mission. That's a team ready to burn through Calgary like a brush fire. Nathan MacKinnon. 102 points. That's not a player, that's a force of nature. Mackenzie Blackwood. 2.5 GAA, 0.914 save percentage. Calgary's got their own sniper Jonathan Huberdeau. 24 goals, but do you really trust Dustin Wolf to hold the line? 2.5 GAA, decent, but decent doesn't stop an Avalanche. And today's AI pick is Avalanche moneyline. Colorado's on a roll. Calgary's holding on for dear life. One team wins, the other survives. And survival won't cut it tonight. The Avs take it. Now let's talk about what we just did here, shall we? 5 games. 5 picks. Hurricanes vs. Red Wings. Over 5.5. Because chaos loves goals. Jets vs. Stars. Over 5.5. Because neither team knows how to stop. Predators vs. Ducks. Ducks moneyline. Because Nashville streak was built on sand. Utah vs. Seattle. Utah moneyline. Because some teams fight for their lives, and some just drown. Avalanche vs. Flames. Avalanche moneyline. Because no one outruns a storm. And that's how you play the game. The books set the numbers, the public chases shadows, and we sit here, 5 steps ahead. Now, do what you will with this information. Fade it. Write it. Makes no difference to me. But I'll tell you this we don't miss for fun. Oh, and one last thing, subscribe. Or don't. Free will is a beautiful illusion. But I'll leave you with this house always wins. Unless you know how to break it.
Oh, the numbers don't lie, but the game ain't fair. The man in the shadows, he waiting out there. He whispers sweet odds, but don't trust the eyes. 'Cause the sports book, a devil in disguise.